What's going on, guys? Got a little video in response to Carter and John, J Davis 882, Juju 1313. They did some Strider videos, and I'm not really going to give my input on Striders and all that kind of stuff. I really do like Striders a lot. I really kind of like John was saying, the new lock interface, lock geometry on their new lock bars they're great. I agree with everything that they've been saying. So I'm just gonna point out, point out one thing on the Striders, and that a lot of you guys probably already know, but I want to put this on video so you guys can kind of see for yourself. And the other thing is, I don't know, maybe just a suggestion. Obviously, Mick Strider and Dwayne Dwyer don't watch my videos, but once this gets out there, what's the prospect of the possibility of them doing this for their knives, as an option? I think it would be awesome, but that's just me. So anyway, you look at these knives. This is an SMF here, CC, and then my normal Lego Strider right here. I actually haven't posted up my video review of the Lego Strider yet. I'm gonna do that eventually. But anyway, what I wanted to point out was that when you look at the lengths of all these knives, pretty much all the same here. Lines up with the VCP, the Hinder XM18 3.5, and the Chris Reeve Large Sebenza 21. Lengthwise, they're all the same. Now here's the thing. Check out the blade lengths. I'm going to see if I can measure this up with each other. So hopefully it'll focus in a little bit here. Okay, but by the bottom of the, lining up the blade edge, the cutting edge that you get, cutting surface, SnG on this side, VCP on the left side. You guys obviously see the difference. You get way more cutting length and a larger belly. Belly, is whatever, but in terms of actual cutting edge, you get so much more on the VCP. Against the Hinder, Strider on the right side right here, Hinder on the left. Okay. Blade technically from the pivot to the tip is the same, 3.5 inches, or from the, where the blade and the handle meet. But you look at that again, Hinder, you get a good ½ inch maybe, of cutting length. Again, the belly a little bit longer on the, or a little bit larger than the Hinder. Strider on the right, Chris Reeve Sebenza Large Sebenza. Okay. So basically what I'm showing is that you do lose quite a bit of cutting length. Obviously you have the choil of the Strider, which makes for an awesome grip. And the purpose of this video is not to knock Striders. It's just one thing to point out. One of the sacrifices that you kind of had to give in having a Strider. One question or argument is, do you, what's the point? Is there a purpose of having that much cutting length, or do you need that much cutting length or blade edge, on your knives? All right. Last little comparison right here. This is the kicker. You got the Strider, small Sebenza. You actually get maybe the same, because it seems like there's a little bit, there's a little bit more belly on the small Sebenza, I think. Or they're about, about the same. So I didn't measure with a rope or a measure or anything like that. But when you compare the Strider and the small Sebenza 21, basically your blade edge, is pretty much the same here, But look at the overall length when comparing the small Sebenza and the Strider SnG. So, obviously, with the SMF you got a 4-inch blade, and then you can measure up, these blades here. Even here, the Hinder, you get more blade edge, Sebenza, more blade edge. VCP, more blade edge. Against an SMF. So yeah, I mean, those are some of the things that you sacrifice with Striders. Again, the ergonomics of a Strider are I think they're pretty amazing. The flat lines and all that kind of stuff. It's great, very comfortable knife. I love Striders, but you do lose quite a bit of blade edge, when you're carrying a Strider versus all these other knives. Here is, just one of my ideas though, and I don't know if anybody has thought of this or posted this, but what would a Strider look like, or how would it work with a flipper? If you had a flipper, I was kind of just looking at the construction. You've got the tang of the blade right here. You could potentially put like a little flipper here. Now with the new lock geometry, and as I've been testing out this SnG, it's so smooth. It's glassy smooth on the pivot. I think it would flip out great. And down here where the tang meets out here, you have a little extra flipper, kind of like the hinder, and have this slightly deeper choil. You'd have this double choil with that. Part of the thing that really attracted me to the hinder was having that flipper that I'm able to grip my index finger on. What would that be like on the Strider? If there's that little flipper that enhanced that little choil right here. I don't know if it would detract from the look. The straight edges and all that kind of stuff I think is one of the attracting features of the Strider SnG and the SMF. But yeah, with this new locking geometry and all that kind of stuff, and how smooth this new Generation 7 Strider is, I don't know. I think a flipper would work pretty well. Maybe be like the XMs where they have a flipper and a non-flipper series in the knife. I think it'd be pretty sweet. So just a thought. I don't know what you guys think about the prospect of having a flipper Strider. Let me know what you guys think. I'd really actually be interested, John, what your take would be, or what your take is on blade length. Not blade length, but having a longer cutting edge on similarly sized knives. What would be the pros and cons of all those things. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. As always, take care, and I'll see you guys on the next vid. Bye.